Since the founding fathers, the love of the land is something buried deep inside of us. It is our heritage, our history, our passion. And we are its greatest stewards. From the smallest blades of grass to the widest of nature's wonders, this is who we are. This is Hayden Outdoors Life on the Land. Hayden Outdoors Life on the Land is brought to you by Outdoor Bank. Get out there. Boa Safra. Harvest hidden tax deductions with Boa Safra Ag. Metabo HPT, Make, Move, Go. Moultrie Trail Cameras, build a bigger picture with Moultrie. And by Hayden Outdoors Real Estate, the brand that sells the land.
Welcome to Hayden Outdoors Life on the Land. I'm your host, Alan Treadwell. On this week's episode, we travel to Kansas to visit a property offering an amazing custom-built home, excellent recreational opportunities, and an 8-acre private lake. Next, we head to Idaho to tour an expansive cattle ranch with abundant wildlife, excellent hunting, and 21 miles of salmon river frontage. And while we showcase a few select listings on each episode, Hayden Outdoors has hundreds of properties listed all across the country on haydenoutdoors.com. But first, I'm headed to Windsor, Colorado, on the Front Range to visit our headquarters and do some late season goose hunting. Visiting the offices here in Windsor reminds me just how much work goes on behind the scenes. From the world-class marketing team to the award-winning video production department, this is the muscle behind the company. And while I'm here, I made sure to visit Brandy and stock up on some merchandise. This one's really cool.
Yeah, it's new limited edition color, and it's our first ride for the brand hat.
I need definitely one of those. Of course, this is the old favorite.
Yes, I sell them.
Better have one of those too. Is there any, I think I'm gonna get a sweatshirt too for the blind while we're in there maybe, because it's gonna be kind of cool.
Okay. Yeah, what size are you?
XL. Let's do a black one. Perfect. All right. It's always awesome coming out here. You do such a good job with everything. There's always new stuff to get, and of course we all like wearing the brand no matter where we're at.
Nope, I love it.
Very cool. Awesome. Well, thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
After catching up at the office, we're finally headed out to the Goose Pit, and I couldn't be more excited. This area of the country offers some of the best waterfowl hunting in the entire country. Hundreds of thousands of birds will migrate through this area over the course of the season, and there's plenty of food, water, and cover to hold them. Shoot him!
Oh, we're hunting geese, I think.
Late season geese at that.
This segment of Hayden Outdoors Life on the Land is brought to you by Outdoor Bank. Get out there. This segment of Hayden Outdoors Life on the Land is brought to you by Boa Safra. Harvest hidden tax deductions with Boa Safra Ag.
Now let's head to Harvey County, Kansas to check out a one-of-a-kind recreational property listed by Agent Jim Elliott, Ka-Nega Cabin.
Yeah, so we're here at the Ka-Nega Cabin in Harvey County, Kansas. Rural cabin, just an incredible property set upon a private lake. Just a cool property. When I think of this property, just the eclectic nature reaches out at me. Every time I'm out here, whether I'm outdoors or indoors, I see something that I've never seen before.
Well, back in the 1980s, a lot of predictors of gloom and doom, and we were looking for kind of a survival place outside of town where we live off the land, and we wanted good water, good fishing, good hunting, and since that time we've just been living, developing, and enjoying the property of our families. It's been a real sanctuary for us. A lot of splinters, a lot of pulled muscles, but a tremendous amount of fun. And the only reason I had all the construction entries is because I built most of this myself. This sounds oversimplistic, but I learned a long time ago that everything in life has a recipe. And if you can follow the recipes or the blueprints, you can do anything in life you want. And so when you discover that, you can really let your mind go. So yes, I drew the blueprints and floor plans. And if it wasn't right, I would move this, move that, have architects look at my plans, and then I started pounding nails. So a lot of my stone came from Colorado, Canyon City area, Florence. My big support logs came from Kremling, Colorado, and my walls, the logs for the walls came from Michigan, and my flooring came from Canada. Fish and Game told me that they came out and shocked this lake. I wasn't here at the time it happened, but it set 4 state records, 2 channel cat records, a bass record, and a crappie record. And I know I've caught a lot of big fish, and that sounds like a big fish story, right? 4 records from one lake, but it really is good fishing. Tremendous goose and duck hunting. There's thousands of geese on these lakes. Pheasant, quail, turkey. I've seen flocks of turkey up to 30. Deer. The barn, it was kind of an afterthought. It was going to be my this old house woodworking shop. And I started building it, and I thought, what kind of a barn do I want to build? What kind of a building?
Not a barn by any stretch, a separate living space.
My wife wanted me to build a barn to do my woodworking in instead of doing it in the basement of a log cabin. So she was all about me doing it, but then when she heard I was building another cabin, she didn't like that at all. It's all built out of reclaimed lumber and antiques, and it's got so many curiosities in it. That's what I like about it, because everywhere your eye rests, there's something interesting to look at. I built that table where you could seat 12 people in a circle. Everybody called it King Arthur's Knights of the Round Table.
It just all seems to work, and that eclectic nature is just really cool. It's very hard to find a property like this. Log cabin screams Colorado or Idaho or Montana, but here it sits in rural Kansas.
I like this property when we first found it, like I said, for a survival place. Not only a fun place, but a place that I could actually come out here and I could survive quite well here. I like fish, and I like turkey, and I like pheasant, and quail's pretty good too. It's been really great in that regard. But family's been my biggest thing. I mean, my family's just loved it. They hate to see me get rid of it, but they all have their own cabins and their own lives, and they don't need this cabin as much, and we don't use it as much as we used to, so it probably makes sense for my wife and I to let it go and turn it over to the next owner.
This segment of Hayden Outdoors Life on the Land is brought to you by Moultrie Trail Cameras. Build the bigger picture with Moultrie. This segment of Hayden Outdoors Life on the Land is brought to you by Metabo HPT. Make, move, go.
Next, it's off to Idaho County, Idaho, to tour an unbelievable cattle ranch listed by Hayden agent Austin Callison, Horseshoe-Bend Ranch.
Today we're out at the Horseshoe-Bend Ranch outside of Cottonwood, Idaho. The ranch itself is 19,600 plus acres of deeded ground, and then there's about 11,000 acres of landlocked BLM and state ground. So you're talking about 30,000 acres of land that is basically all contiguous with 21 miles of salmon river frontage. Dane Rad is the ranch manager. He ran around with us all day today and really gave us a great tour. He runs cattle up here on the ranch and takes care of a lot of the roads. So the Rad family, they've been here about 5 years. They're not the owners, but they take pride in it in terms of not overgrazing the ranch, knowing what the ranch is. They know every draw, they know every creek. The BLM ground coincides with the deeded ground, so it's not fenced out. When they run their cattle out here, the cattle are free to roam. As long as you're not abusing the pasture, you're welcome to use it and manage it like it's your own. So Dane, you're local, you grew up here in Cottonwood. Tell us, a little bit about your experience of running this ranch.
We were always raised running cattle and farming, and every time I'm over here, you find something new, you find something diverse, you find a different rock formation, you see elk. Like, you can't come over here without seeing elk. Coming down today, we saw the wild sheep along the river. It's almost every time that you're going to see something.
Talk about the water. I counted 11 creeks that are on the ranch. All the water, how does that benefit you on this river with this ranch?
So we're pretty blessed, really. There's a lot of springs on this place. The creeks, there's a lot of creeks. I mean, you got your two main drainages, Billy Creek and Cottonwood Creek, and those are year-round. There's a lot of neat rock formations and stuff for the waterfalls and stuff like that. The whole Salmon River, it just offers so much diversity. But like, we're down here on the lower end, it's a lot more rolly, benchy hills. And then as you're going up, you're getting into a lot more rock formations, more trees. All your north-facing hillsides are full of timber. And it's just, the diversity just changes so much.
We're at the bottom of the Horseshoe-Bend Ranch right now. We're about 10 miles from confluence of the Snake River. Being able to see the ranch from this perspective all the way down at the bottom from where we started, this is an area that nobody can really get to unless you come down here on a boat. Today when we were out here, we ran into a lot of elk. We ran into mule deer, whitetail. There's a lot of recreational opportunities here. The upland bird opportunity that's on the ranch. When you drive this ranch, they're everywhere out here. The fishing is great on this river, the rafting, there's just so much opportunity on the Salmon River. Talk to us a little bit more about the hunting aspect. We've got the elk, the deer. Tell us a little bit about what you've seen over the years.
Deer are really coming back. There's a pile of whitetail, a lot of whitetail that are in here, but the elk are probably the biggest big game animal that are here. If you come over here with an elk tag, you're not going to go home without one. If you're a game hunter, there's chuckers and huns. And
yeah, the chuckers, every time that I've been here, and this is my third time on the ranch, we see a lot of chucker. but Dane was mentioning to me we're on a phenomenal steelhead hole right here. There's multiple really good deep channels where the water calms down a little bit, so I can only imagine how good the fishing is. Somebody that buys this property, they're getting arguably one of the largest ranches in Idaho that is currently listed on the market. You're getting a ranch that is diverse. There's a lot of water, there's timber, there's meadows. Picking my favorite part about this property is really hard because there's several things that are at the top of the list. I would say the two top things are the water frontage and the sheer amount of acreage that you get here and the diversity of what the acreage is.
This segment of Hayden Outdoors Life on the Land is brought to you by Hayden Outdoors Real Estate, the brand that sells the land. Hayden Outdoors Life on the Land is brought to you by Outdoor Bank. Get out there. Boa Safra. Harvest hidden tax deductions with Boa Safra Ag. Metabo HPT. Make, move, go. Moultrie Trail Cameras. Build a bigger picture with Moultrie. And by Hayden Outdoors Real Estate, the brand that sells the land.
Waterfowl is probably what I hunt the least, so it's a ton of fun for me to get out with some of our younger agents who have an undeniable passion for it. For the better part of 2 days, it seemed all we could work were singles and doubles, but we finally had a big group working. And they started spinning around, we had birds landing the decoys, and to watch that whole group come in, that was a sight to behold.
Okay, and take them.
Well, it took a couple days, but we finally got a flock to work, right?
A big flock.
After spending a few days in the blind, I'm also reminded of the quality of people working for Hayden Outdoors. It truly is a family company from the top down, and I couldn't be more proud to be a member of it. Here we are at the Hayden Outdoors 2026 Spring Broker Summit in Windsor, Colorado. This is going to be a big one. We're celebrating 50 years.
Really lucky to work with folks like you. So we're going to have a great day today. I want to thank you all for all the hard work. I'm going to go ahead and introduce the 50th anniversary video, which is crazy, 50 years already. So I want to introduce that and then I'll have a few words.
For 50 years, Hayden Outdoors Real Estate has been built on one simple idea. That land matters, and so do the people connected to it. It began in 1976 when John Leo Hayden chose a new path, real estate. Guided by hard-earned lessons from the land itself, Leo focused on farms and ranches around Hays and Goodland, Kansas. What began as a small family operation quickly grew, built on trust, honesty, and doing exactly what you say you'll do. From selling a 5 million acre ranch to landmark sales across the Midwest. For 50 years, Hayden's reputation spread. They know land, and they know how to sell it. Leo's sons, Seth and Dax Hayden, joined the family business. Together, with trusted partners and agents, Hayden Outdoors evolved into a brokerage driven by passion for agriculture, recreation, and stewardship. This wasn't ever just about real estate. It's about the outdoor life that defines America's landscapes. Our clients and our agents are part of that outdoor lifestyle. Ranching, farming, hunting, fishing. It's who we are. Today, Hayden Outdoors is one of the largest land brokerages in the country. With close to 200 brokers and agents across 32 states. A team shaped by the land they represent. Recognized year after year as one of America's best land brokerages. For 50 years, Hayden Outdoors continues to grow without losing sight of what matters most. Guided by integrity, accountability, and respect for every client relationship. Because at Hayden Outdoors, this has always been about more than land. It's about family. It's about legacy. And it's about finding what land means to you.
Hayden Outdoors is all about family and legacy, and that legacy started over 50 years ago in Goodland, Kansas with Leo Hayden. And it's carried down through Seth and Dax, and now his kids are involved in the business. And as an agent, I couldn't be more proud to be part of this team, and here's to another 50. And if you have a story you'd like shared on Life on the Land, please let us know, because it's genuine folks just like you all across this country that make it so special to buy up some ground and live life on the land.